Don Smith with RockRebar Materials. We're getting ready to deliver a coil of RockRebar over to a job where they're putting a concrete surface on top of an old wooden dock on salt water. The crew that's doing it has used fiberglass rebar before, but they've never experienced RockRebar. So they've got it laid out now. They were short 120 some feet. I'm taking them a coil that's been coiled for 4 years to prove a point. The discussion was, well, does the stuff take a set when it's stored that way? Answer no. And I'm going to uncoil it in front of them to demonstrate that. The gentleman that's running the job just called me, and I had mentioned to him that we produce a material called rock staples. Rock staples are the continuous basalt fiber answer to fiberglass staples that have been used in fibercrete for years. The advantage to rock staples being made out of basalt fiber, there's several. First off, it's a little bit heavier than fiberglass, which means you don't have the problem with them rising up to the surface when they're finished, because they have the same specific gravity as the Portland. Second, they don't tend to clump in the mix. When I was developing RockRebar, and I was developing the coatings that go on the fibers themselves, and this is a piece of RockRebar, and I'm going to jump around here for a second. RockRebar replaces this rusty steel. This is 2.5 times stronger than this larger piece of rusty steel. At any rate, the fibers inside that form this RockRebar are pretty much the same as these staples, and their coating that's on them, when I produce them for rock staples, causes them to disperse in the Portland cement really well. A lot of the concerns the guys have for putting staples in the cement mixer is after they poured, a lot of times they've got it stuck all over the barrel. Basalt fibers, rock staples don't stick in the barrel. It's going to come out clean. We'll talk to the driver after they pump this. I've decided I'm going to stay over there. I'm off today, so I'm just going to stay over there and watch this job happen. It's pretty close to the shop. This is 10 pounds. I'd like them to put 80 pounds in. This is a 10-pound bag. The master bags, there's 4 of these, so there's 40 pounds in each one of the bags. Normally I would say put in 80 pounds at the bottom end. You can go more than that, but at least 80 pounds. They want to tiptoe into it because they've never used it before. That's fine. It'll be better than nothing. This particular slab looks like it's 62 feet long. They're pouring it over an old, pretty dilapidated wooden dock, hoping it holds up 43,000 pounds of concrete. And this material is going to help it from having cracks in it, because they're not going to cut any expansion slots in it. 62 feet is a long way to go. I'm Don Smith, RockRebar Materials. As I mentioned in the last little segment there with the rock staples, I'm taking some material over to a job where they're pouring 10.5 yards of concrete on top of an old wooden dock, 62-foot runs, and they're have agreed to try to use RockRebar. The gentlemen that are doing it have had some experience with FRP, which is fiberglass rebar, in the past. In sticks, I think the allure here was the fact that we could supply them RockRebar where it could be continuous runs with no splices. We're going to try to put this dock in with no expansion or contraction cuts in it. So it's important that everything be continuous. They're short about 120 feet. Came to get a piece of material that's long enough, and someone had asked me, well, what's that stuff do after it's been stored for a long time? I've come to the archive building where we keep a lot of the samples and things that we did during the development of it. This particular piece just took the label off of it. This was done 9/9 of 2009, so it is well over 4 years old now. This is 200 meters, which is 650 feet. This one weighs 64.80 kg. It's about 140 pounds. I can pick it up, certainly roll it. There's 650 feet here. This was done back before we did the really fancy ties to hold the material. It was just wire tied with galvanized wire. It scared me a little bit, so I threw some electrician's wire on it back there. Never stand in front of the material. It is a spring. It wants to go straight. You're going to see when I uncoil this at the job site, it goes right back out to be straight. So be safe when you undo it. Stand in the middle. All right, I'm going to go ahead and load this up. They would have had to have had about 7 20-foot sticks to finish their job. Even that would be marginal splices. This way it can go in continuously. They'll just be able to uncoil what they need and keep the rest, so there's no waste. Like I said, one man can handle it, put it in a small pickup, deliver to the job. You don't have to tie up the streets and tie up your bigger equipment. The material. Doing this, I started to come get them just one little stick, enough to finish their job. I'll uncoil this right here and then put it away and get some kind of idea of what happens. Obviously this is a bigger coil because it's a scrap from another job, but you'll be able to see how it pops out, and I'll shake it around a little bit so you can see how tenacious the material is. I'm just going to let it cut it, let it flip. See, it does not want to be curled. It's going to go right straight out. Of how tough this is. This is a really tenacious material. It won't break. It comes right back out, straight. I pull it, it'll straighten out. And this is probably out of roughly the same vintage from 2009, 2010. Really easy to handle. Okay, somebody popped up with a question of how tight can you bend it. This is a little piece of 6 millimeter. It'll bend back on itself without breaking. That's about as, that's as far as I can bend it with strength. That 12 millimeter that I opened up here a minute ago, that's it. We're uncoiling a 650-foot roll of RockRebar. This has been coiled now for 4 years. I'm going to use it to finish off the job here and demonstrate that the material doesn't take a set. Let's see what this says it weight-wise. This one was 64.80 kilos, so 130 pounds. I rolled it out here by myself. This is 12 millimeter RockRebar. Okay, you always stand in the middle when you cut it because it does not want to be coiled. I've got some C-clamps I just drop over it just to keep it from getting away. Whoop. See, the hit there's where it starts getting interesting. D.
How many grab the end and pull it?
Yeah. You really should put some gloves on.
Is it set on the barbecue
here,
grill?
we take the end of this.
Stuff is going to go straight.
Basically, the clamps just would keep it from flipping up over the top. Whoop! Theoretically. Hang on, D. Well, I got it now. All right. All right, I'm going to clamp it off. We're going to go on with our. Well, I'll get one more loop. Now, this is why you should wear jeans. I caught that on my shoe, but it would definitely scratch it. This is quartz, not sand. Quartz is only understands the pressure. This is an existing dock, and rather than replace it in wood again, the stringers are still good underneath it. Decided to use this for the bottom form and pour 4 inches of concrete on it. Since ultimately this wood's going to rot out from under the bottom, we're going to leave it hanging on the footer for this wall, which I'll show you in a second. We've exposed the seawall down below it. We're going to put some dowels in the seawall to tie it to the slab, but we're only tying it in on top of the T-piles. Then this dock has 3 batter piles, which were laid up at an angle to prevent the seawall from being pushed out. We're tying those in. You guys are poking holes in the form on the outside to hold the rebar an inch up from the bottom of the pour will be. We want it on the bottom of the pour, since this is going to be hanging off the pilings and hanging off the wall. We want it so that when it sags, the rebar goes in tension. You don't have to worry about the fact that it's going to be exposed out and come completely through the pour, because we don't have to worry about rust. This will never ever rust. This material is all 2.5 times stronger than steel.
I got to stop and drill these things out because the holes are not lined up properly. If that's a problem, here's a drill.
Notice how where they're walking, it's coming right up. I'll use this part on the website to show how it comes up. Look at that, Carl. You put something there, it looks like that fish is chasing some bait. Another one sitting right, just hanging right on the top there. See when I wiggle it, rotate it. I just slid this piece of 16mm number 5 right into the mix. And didn't disturb it, and it doesn't sink. See it moving there.
Yeah, nothing moving.
Video the underside of this. This is the old dock, and where we put the forms on it. And down here to see how much it's sagging, because they're putting 43,000 pounds of concrete on top of it. What do you notice about those fibers? Anything?
They stay down better than the other ones.
Hopefully that's the case. They're heavier, and we put a agent on it to keep them from sticking together and make them disperse out into the mix better. So if it's working, you're the judge.
Yeah, you can't really notice them when you're troweling the surface. Usually when you're hitting it, the other ones will be coming up on the surface. You'll see them. You don't really see them right now.
Excellent. Any observations about the staples? The fiber? He's intense.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have been here, I swear you ain't have none in here. I can't see it.
Excellent. It's working. There's 40 pounds in it and 10 yards. make note of it. Accept constructive criticism. That's how we improve it. I've been working on it for 8 years to get it what the stuff is now. Hard to make a new material that's better than what's out there and you can still make a living off of, you know.